today's lesson is on the Nutcracker, and I'm going to show you some, these are kind of non-traditional designs. Traditionally, the Nutcracker was kings or queens or royal family. The actual shape and the figure was actually of like the king or the royal family, and they were functioning. And a Nutcracker is a device where somebody would actually put in, if you look right here, there's a little hole here. Can you see that? Right where I'm sticking my finger? That's where they would put the nut, and then they would crack it. They would turn the handle, see the handle in the back? They'd push it down, and it would crack the nut. And so it was decorated, and they were given to kings and queens. Actually, in the 16th century, Leonardo da Vinci actually designed a Nutcracker. It was probably for royalty. And Nutcrackers have been found in Egyptian graves, too. They were once prized. But now, these types of Nutcrackers, let me show you the surfer guy Nutcracker. See here? And you can see his beard. His beard, see where the mouth is going up and down? So the nut would go inside here, and then they would move the handle. Let me show you the handle in the back. And it would crack the nut. But of course, this one is non-functioning. So if I put a nut in here, tried to crack it, it wouldn't work. It would probably break the Nutcracker, because these aren't meant to be used functionally. They are meant just for decoration. And somehow down the line, people started using them around the holidays, around Christmas time, as decorations. But originally, and in Germany, they're still making Nutcrackers, and people use these as just decorative items all year long. I saw a beautiful one the other day of a gardener. A lot of times now, they're made for people's hobbies. They're not made like looking like kings and queens. They're also made all kinds of Nutcrackers and all kinds of designs. Sometimes they're made, like I said, somebody's gardening hobby. This one's an art teacher. Look at the apron. I'll show you the apron with the paints. Isn't that cute? And actually, a student of mine gave me this a couple years back. She found it and thought of me, so she gave it to me as a gift. But isn't that cool? The art teacher one. I love that one. And then this is a surfer one. So these are different kinds of hobbies. Sometimes they're sports teams now. So I want you to think about, what are you going to make your Nutcracker today? Are you going to make it look like you, a king, traditionally? Or maybe you have hobbies. This one I actually gave to my nephew because his hobby is surfing. So I gave it to him. And then, of course, in my kitchen, this one came from my kitchen because I collect gingerbread in my kitchen. And so I bought this one. I know some teachers who collect these, and they have probably about 50 or 60 of them. And every year they put them all out at the holiday times. So think about today, what are you going to make? What Nutcracker design are you going to make today? I'm going to take you through step by step. Let me show you this example of how to make the basic bodies. So we're going to do the body together, and then I'm going to give you a few minutes at the end of class to design your own. Okay, so think about, what character are you going to be making as we do our Nutcracker? To start off, I'm having my paper vertically, which is the long way. So we should all have it out right now vertically on our paper. And we're going to take our pen, and if you take your fingers, we're going to go to the very top center. Here's my short line on the top, and I'm going to take my fingers and line them up. And I'm going to put my finger on the edge of this page. And you see how I have 3 fingers showing? Let me move one. And I want you to put a little line in the very center, 3 fingers down. So I'm using my fingers as a measurement tool. So I'm going to put a line right there. Okay? Now, what I want to do is I want to make this a little bit wider. So this is approximately in my center. Now, if you look, mine is not exactly in my center. So I'm going to try and scoot it over a little bit because I need to make it as long as at least 2 fingers. 2 fingers or even 3 fingers. So if yours is 3 fingers, that's fine. So if yours isn't exactly in your center, just scooch it over so it is pretty much centered. And this, again, doesn't have to be perfectly centered. Now, we're going to drop down another 3 fingers. So use your fingers again as a measurement tool. Put them right under the line. Put a little line as measurement, and then bring it over. This is going to be the space for the head. Now, if you look at these wooden heads here, they are barrel shape. So this is a little bit thinner here where the neck is, and it curves out. So we're going to draw these 2 lines next. So I'm going to come down, slightly diagonal, curve it, then bring it back. So I've buckled out a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm coming down, I curve out a little, bring it back. Now, this negative space up at the top is where you can put your hat, your crown, your hair, some kind of decorative piece on the top of the head. From here, I'm going to find the very bottom, let me slide it up, the very bottom of my page, and then I'm going to look at the neck. This will be where my neck is. I'm going to just eyeball this in half. So I'm going to estimate head, bottom of the page, halfway. At that halfway point, I'm going to put a little line. Now I want this line to be as wide as the top line. I'm going to show you on the gingerbread man because he doesn't have any clothing on. This is the neck segment, and this is barrel shape too, but a larger barrel shape. You can really see here where the nut goes right there, or the nut should go. So now, see this line, the length of this line? I'm just going to extend this to match. If you want to use your fingers as measurement tools, you can. This is almost 3 fingers wide, almost 3 fingers wide, or just eyeball it. You can estimate. And then I'm going to do this curved barrel shape again. Curve, curve. I can't remember if I've ever seen, I don't think I've ever seen nutcrackers that are animal shape.
Nope.
I have never seen any. Have you ever seen any animal shaped nutcrackers? I don't think I have. I think they're more figures. Okay, from here now, take the line, go to the very bottom of your page. Take your finger. I'm placing my finger as a measurement tool. I'm going to put a little line and a little line. This is going to be where my feet are going. I'm centering it from my nutcracker here. So I'm going to extend this probably a finger wide. Okay, the width of a finger. You don't want it really skinny. Now, I'm going to drop down diagonal. I'm going to draw a front view shoe. This is going to be a front view shoe. Let me show you in all these nutcrackers. You see that shoe? And this is a front view shoe right here. So if you look at these lines, from the leg, it comes out. So I'm going to do it diagonally out. So watch. Diagonally out, connect the bottom. It looks like a horse's hoof. That's what it kind of looks like. Diagonally out, connect the bottom. You can decorate this shoe later. You can turn it into a boot even by making it taller. If you're going to make a knight or a guard figure, or whoever you're going to be making, somebody with boots, a cowboy. These are, if you're into horses or cowboys, you could do a cowboy nutcracker. So whatever you're going to do there. Now the legs, I'm just going to bring them up straight. Let's look at gingerbread because you can really see those. Straight, skinny legs. And it's going to be about a finger's thickness. Okay? So you're going to bring up the top. Try and do it as straight as you can. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Actually, if it's perfectly straight, it doesn't even look as good. So bring it on up. Try and have them the same thickness. If they're off a little bit, well, that's okay. Just go slow and take your time as you do these. You see mine's off a hair, but it's not going to really matter once we put all the other lines in. Now, these gingerbread for the arms, they're holding something. I'm going to show you how to make an arm, and you decide if you want 2 arms bent or if you want 1 arm down. That's up to you. If you look here, I'm going to show you how to make 1 arm bent, and then I will show you how to make the arm straight down. But if you decide you want both arms bent, then just make the other arm the same way, okay? So I'm going to, for example, the surfer has 2 arms bent. Actually, most of mine have 2 arms bent, but it's up to you if you want 1 arm down or not. But like I said, I'm going to show you how to make 1 arm down just in case you need an arm down. Okay? To make the arm bent, I'll start with that. What I do is I find the side of the body, and I'm going to make the letter V. So I'm going to go down, up, a letter V. That's the elbow part of it. Then on the top, here's the center of the letter V. I'm going to draw number 1. See how I skipped a space? From that number 1, I'm going to go diagonally up. Then I'm going to drop it down. Now for the hand, they have just simple shapes. These are carved out of wood. So it's just a simple circle for the hand. You can make it an oval if you'd like. And then I'm going to come off the shoulder, come out. And this is all about the thickness of a finger. And then drop it down. There's my bent arm. And this little line here is the crease near the elbow. Now, if you want to do a straight arm, you can come off the side of the body, kind of off where we did here. I'm going to do a straight line, a straight horizontal line. It's as wide as a finger. And then I'm going to connect it to the body with a diagonal line. I'm going to follow the same on this shoulder, over, connect. Now remember, if you want to make a bent arm, you may do the bent arm now. So if you're going to do another bent arm, you don't have to follow me. I'm doing straight. So, but if you want another straight arm, you can follow me. I'm going to come down and basically make a rectangle and then put a circle on the end for the hand. The straight arm's actually easier to make. Now here, I can put anything in my hand I want. Let's go to the face. You may design your own face, or you may follow me with some of these basic shapes and then change your face, okay? But if you want to follow me, this one has a circle nose, and this guy, I kind of like the oval nose. But again, you decide. See the oval nose? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of like that oval nose. So I'm going to find the center of my page, the center of my head, and I'm going to give me a guideline. And then I'm going to turn that into an oval. I'm going to go up and around. There you go. Now I'm going to space both eyes. And some of the eyes are very simple, like the gingerbread man. See how simple? Just circles and dots. Others, and a lot of the Nutcrackers that I've seen have it more detailed. And we've done lots of lessons on eyes, how to make eyes. But let me show you quick. Circle on each side. Now in the art class, we always talk about irises and pupils. So if you're going to make it realistic, you want iris, pupil. The pupil's what brings the life to the creature or whoever you're making. Circle, another circle. And then in the center, it's a black dot for the pupil. And then this one has the curved lines on top. So depending on how detailed you want to make your eyes. Your nose and mouth, the mouth, let's see if we can pick it up here. Are you seeing that mouth? Is it too dark? See, it's a little smile. This is just a simple smile. This one I designed where I had the simple smile and cheeks. I kind of like the cheek idea, but it's up to you how you want to design your mouth and face. If you want to follow me, I'm going to do that simple smile, which is a curve. I do like the cheek idea because it gives some pattern over here. And then I kind of like that circle shape for the lips. So I'm going to do a oval here. Now this is your time. Up to you what character you're going to make. Football player, baseball player, ballerina, something like what you see here, a courier, astronaut, gardener. I loved the gardener because then you can do the accessories. Think about something that can hold the accessories. Your little accessories here, like the gingerbread man. The little accessories are the candy lollipop. And then this is a little drum that it's holding. Then look at the cool patterning. You can turn it into a snowman. I think I have seen a snowman Nutcracker before. So now have fun making your Nutcracker. And if you look, the more pattern and design you're putting into it, the better it's looking, more decorative. All the lines, and I really like this kind of a curling pattern. And also on the crown, the zigzag pattern is kind of cool too. I'll show you real quick hair. I'm going to stick in, so say I'm going to do a, I don't know, a princess. I'm going to do wavy hair, then I'm going to stick diagonal, diagonal, and a spike crown. But there's a long-haired, and then I'll give her some bangs. Just so that you see how to add hair if you're going to do a person right there. Okay, so go ahead and have fun making your Nutcracker. And we just finished this in our class period. This is second grade examples here. And I wanted to just show you what they did after they viewed the video in one class period. This reminds me of the Sugar Plum Fairy Nutcracker. That one's cool with lots of pattern and texture. Some kids did finish with some color. We started. Let me just show you real quick. We did the baseball theme. I love this with cleats.
Our teachers are here too.
And we did, this is cute with all the accessories here. And there we are.